So we have a number of these people here who are interested in being involved in the cause of ensuring financial inclusion for Nigeria, and who are interested in taking the opportunity that presents itself that way. A number of them have attended the EDI training. Like you said to me, we're not doing badly. I think as a group, we have managed to get a number of our people interested and in registering. But of course, it looks like some of the people who have joined us to register, there are people who are not taking that seriously as the rest of us are taking it, and don't even know enough to qualify at the end of the day when a few questions are asked about what they are doing and why they're doing it. So we felt it would be good if we are able to interact with you. You can open it up for us again. We can ask our questions. And then after this exercise, based on the questions, answers, and the things you talk about, I intend to create a small quiz so that we can determine, from our own side, who we are putting our support on, so that we can have a quality pool of people and not just have over 300 people who, a good number of them doesn't understand what it's about. So, sir, you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think I will start by making the first question, there, so that at least that can begin to take us to further things.
Yes.
This loan, how much is the loan? What is the interest rate? How long will it take to be paid? How are people going to make the money back? Is this something that people should be excited that they are getting involved in as a profitable opportunity, or is it, just one of those things to add? People,
okay.
I don't even think I should be encouraging people on something that they are trying to shortlist people for. But please, let's know. Let's know, is this worth it?
Okay. All right. The loan is tied around the National Identity Project.
Okay.
It's very specific to the National Identity Project. Now, on a broader picture, the National Identity Project is like a foundation for, financial inclusion. But there's a reason, apart from the fact that National ID is the foundation for financial inclusion, the reason why it's tied around the National ID, and this is public information that most of us have been hearing, some of us have even applied to NIMSI for a license. So there is a World Bank loan, $430-something million, that has been given to the NIMC to register all Nigerians from birth over the next 3 to 5 years. Now, a portion of that loan is to pay $1 to every national identity number that is issued via agents. So what NIMC is going through is the process of appointing agents who will do that exercise over the next 3 to 5 years. So essentially that's $200 million, because it is assumed that, right now we see that 40 million Nigerians have a national ID number. But really, what has been done is most of it has been pulled from our BVN. So even when you have a BVN and you go to an agent to go and get your national ID, they will use your BVN to pull out your national ID number. Then they will now register you. NIMSI will still treat that as a fresh registration. They're not going to treat it as if, the person already has a national ID number. So that 200 million will be spent in the next 3 to 5 years, whether we like it or yes. There's no option.
Okay.
The only question is, what is the opportunity for us to share inside that money? And that's what we're talking about. All right. Now, what we have done is to approach CBN to say, look, this is a very structured project. Where the money is coming from is very clear to everybody. An agent is appointed. The person operates, at some bus stop area, some market area, some busy place that is easily accessible, and is able to register 100 people every day, gets paid the $1. let's assume that if you do 100 a day, you are doing 25 working days, you are doing about 2,500. If it's 20 working days, let's say you do 2,000 a month, all right, based on 100 per day. Your total take home for that month is about $1 million. It is out of that 1 million that the repayment for the 4 million naira loan will come from. And so we're fairly confident. It's a 5-year loan, 1 year moratorium, 9%. It is likely to be 5%, but for now it's best for us to work with 9%. Now, the 1 year moratorium is that you will not pay anything in the first 6 months. Then over the next 4.5 years, there will be room for whatever. You have to go and attend somebody's birthday party, and so for that week, you didn't open, and or you have to go on holiday, whatever. So the whole idea is that 1 year moratorium is 6 months initially for you to settle down, and then 6 months scattered in between the payments, so that when payments are missed, it's not an issue, because it now reads as part of your moratorium. But if you're taking home 1 million a month, that means over 3 years, that's 36 million. We're talking about a 4 million naira loan. As 9%, repayments is about 5-point-something million. So what you're repaying annually is about 1-point-something million, but what you're taking home is about 12 million. So the numbers are quite straightforward. And that is the reason why it was easy for us to get an approval from CBN to give us a mass approval for the loan, because the source of repayment is quite clear. And this is the kind of project that they are excited about. So 5 years, 1 year moratorium, 9% per annum, most likely 5%. Repayment is from that $1. Now, what we've explained over and over again is this. Now, national ID number issuance is the one that the public is not required to pay for. However, a lot of us, when we want to do a national ID number, we told them that they should laminate the slip for us. Now, that is an extra source of income that we don't even recognize, but it's income earned. If you are doing your 2,000 in a month, and there's an extra 100 naira that comes in as you're doing that's an extra 200,000 that you can easily use to cover your overheads. Now, there are still other services. I think I've shared the tariff sheet with you. Am I correct?
Yes, you have.
Yeah. So there are, if you lose your slip and you want to reprint, you pay 500. If you want to change date of birth, you pay 15,000. Those are now, in actual fact, it is those extra services that you can earn some serious money, which, from our expectation, the 1 million is base. We're working on 100 registrations per day now, 20 working days per month. And then we're not even recognizing all these other services, which is reprinting, change of dates, verification. There's all sorts, which is actually publicly available if you find out. So that is the term, that is the repayment. Now, the way the loan is structured is that out of that 4 million, 2.6 million is for equipment. And what is that equipment? That equipment is 2 sets of biometric registration equipment. One is mobile and one is fixed. So why did we do it that way? Some of us have been to NIMSI National ID Registration Centers before. You really can't use one machine to attend to people. The crowd will be too much. Remember that the service is compulsory. It is now compulsory for you to have a national ID number. It is only the only reason why enforcement has not started fully is because there are no centers around. The moment there are agents all over the place, the scramble will be, unbelievable. So whether we tap into it or we tell people the story, I was there when they were starting this thing, it's up to us. So it's not a business that you will set up and then you'll be looking for people to come. Once people know you are doing it, you're in business. And there's something called executive services, which is actually even quite substantial. Now, all that money goes straight to you as agents. Nobody's going to share it with you. Nobody's going to take it from you as part of your repayment. What we just focus on is that base income that we just take and use for the repayment while you enjoy yourself with all the extra income that you can be making from the service itself. So I was saying 2 sets of equipment, one standard. So we know what those equipment are. We've been to the banks. We've seen those. They are 442 scanner, the one that you put your 8 fingers on, then you put your 2 thumbs on. Now that one that you see in the banks cost 800,000. That's how much the banks buy them, and that's just that scanner. That's the most expensive part of this whole thing, actually. So every other thing is, printer, laptop, camera, and all of that. So we've included a mobile unit first because now that there's COVID, we figure out that a lot of people will be willing to pay just a token to come to your premises, for you to come to their premises and, do the registration for them. So that way you're even more flexible. You can go to your church on Sunday and then stay in one corner and, pastor will pray specially for you for that day. And if it's in your mosque, they will give you special prayer for making life easy for your people. You can go to your children's school. There are all sorts of places that they will prefer you to come than for them to come. So that's why we've set 2 sets of equipment. One to diffuse the crowd at one location, and then of course to allow you to move around. So usually there will be teams that will be working on the project. So that is how we have structured the loan. I don't know if there's any other aspects that I have not answered yet.
Okay, so there are a few things that I think needs to be clear.
Yes.
This $1 per head.
Yes.
Is not going to be exclusively theirs. It's being shared, isn't it?
That's what is going to be shared. That's what we are all going to share.
Now, so the person who is the agent, who does 2,000 in a month,
yes,
what he will be left with,
yes,
is about 65% of that.
Yes,
which is about $1,300.
Yes.
Okay, so roughly 650,000 naira.
650,000, yes.
Okay. Now, apart from that, some people say that all their friends that they know have already got their national identity number.
Yeah, I just said so.
Okay.
So let's remember that there are, as of today, officially, 40 million Nigerians have a national ID number. That's as of today. Now, out of that 40 million, about 8 million have a slip. The remaining people simply have the number. They still need to go and get the slip printed out. That's what I explained earlier, that in getting that printed out, it is still treated as if it is a fresh registration for the agent.
Oh, okay.
So I said that on paper, based on a 200 million population, the expectation is that out of the 40 million official that we have today, at least 60 million is what we need. There's even no coverage. Don't forget that we're talking from birth. Is not adults. Before now, you have to be 18 years before you can get a national ID number. as of today, the law says that before you can get a birth certificate, you must go and get a national ID number first.
Okay.
Before a birth certificate can be issued to you. So if I was an agent, I will go to Anyike house, or what is that house, and go and stay and wait for the mothers to be churning out their babies there. I said, we are here. Right, as I speak with you now, we're setting up inside the passport offices across the country. As I speak with you, somebody got that deal. All right, a company went to immigration and said, you know what, let us set up inside, so that when people come and they say they don't have a national ID number, which is a requirement for your passport today, just point them to us. And we will charge our executive service, and everybody's happy.
So somebody has cornered that kind of deal now.
I can confirm that to you.
Okay. Somebody's asking that, so they will have to thumbprint infants as well.
They have to do what?
They will need to thumbprint infants as well.
No, that's a good question. So, if you are less than 16 years, you will be tied to the national ID number of your guardian. So guardian can be your parents, it can be an adopted adult. So for example, one of the things that we were negotiating with NIMSI was that, look, if you go to a school that has 500 children, the immediate challenge is they are less than 16, how do you get the nationality of their parents? And so we negotiated that, well, why can't the principal of a school stand as the guardian of those children? So that means that the national ID number of that
school,
that principal or head of school, cannot be used to issue for all those children. And remember that information can always be changed.
Okay.
Because part of what the law says is that even for a child to continue in school, they must provide a national ID number. It's very comprehensive. There are 77 items that are involved. The ones that are obvious are all these JAM, international passport, driver's license, bank account, telephone number. There's a very long list. To buy property, you must show national ID. To enter plane, you must show national ID. To enter bus, interstate, you must show national ID. It's enforcement that is left.
Okay.
That's really how it is, yeah. Okay. So the infants will be tied to adults until they are 16.
Okay, great. So there are a few questions boiling up. Someone says, please, I want to know more about the following. 1, partnership form. 2, the initial microfinance registration for the loan, because I've applied before but could not continue because I had not gone through the training then. So now, can I apply again? So I think this person is talking about something else.
I don't understand what partnership form means.
No, the partnership form is the agreement form, I think. The agreement form between File Solutions and them as enrollment partners and us as aggregators. So if that's the question that the person is asking, if Chinonye Idowu is asking about the agreement form, that's a form that, because the agent, the primary licensed agent by NIMSI here is File Solutions.
File Solutions, yeah.
In order for you to participate in what they are doing, you need an agency agreement. That agency agreement is required as a partnership form. If you have applied for NISAL microfinance registration loan before and you are not granted because you did not have the EDI certificate, that's a different ball game. The fact that you have it now, once you get your certificate, I believe you can apply for that. I don't know if I've answered that correctly, Mr. Shola.
Yes, so let us keep in mind, those of us that attended the training, we notice that that training is very general.
Okay.
It is a very general training because the AGMIS loan is for a wide range of things. It's not just for us. We have just, packaged our own projects for them to approve for us. So you can apply to do chicken, to do fish farming, to do cassava, to do whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's why the nature of the training is general. That's the requirement. So there's a curriculum that they must follow, and we cannot interfere with that curriculum. Otherwise, we would have requested that some things should be changed. But they have to do their bit. We have to do our bit. Now, after you have gotten your certificate, it is your decision to say, you know what, I want to partner with FSL and apply for a loan to do national ID business. Or by extension, to run a financial inclusion center. That's your decision. If you decide that, you know what, let me just go and do poultry business, it's your decision. That is why NESA requires that each applicant must submit their own application upfront. And then the only thing we can do is process it at the back end.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of people make mistakes when they are submitting that application, and then it slows things down unnecessarily. And that's why what we are going to do is take everybody's information and then help in that application process so that there are no mistakes. It is small things like that that delay unnecessarily.
Disqualified.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have a certificate, if you want to go ahead with this, you are free. If you decide you want to go for something else, well, you've gotten the certificate already. So you can use it for something else.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's very important to say. So what we have done for you is open the door for you. The reason why we opened the door for you was because we were hoping you are interested in something that we are interested in. But if you realize that it's poultry you want to do, or you want to run your private business and you need this certificate for the initial loan, by all means, you can get it. Somebody is asking, and I think you've answered this question already, but they're asking, what's the 4 million naira? What about the balance of the 4 million naira? And I think it's been explained before that the balance of the 4 million naira is you're going to get some cash paid to you, I think about 1.2 million.
1,170 something thousand.
Okay. And that the balance is for equipment.
Yes.
For the scanners, for the laptops, for the cameras, for 2 sets, one set for the office and another abridged version for mobile. That's what it's for.
Yes.
It's going to be supplied by our partner agent because they also don't want us to get substandard stuff that will not be able to run the cost for the things that we want to do. This is my understanding. I don't know if that is correct, Mr. Shola.
No, absolutely. 442 scanners is not something you can go to Alaba to go and buy. It's a specialized equipment. In actual fact, I have experience of somebody who went to Dubai, saw some 442 scanners somewhere, and bought 4 and brought it to Nigeria. Only for him to get to Nigeria and find out that they don't work with they're not compatible with the Nigerian application. Sad, and you can't return it. He already bought it. So there's specialized mobile registration kits are actually produced. They are not, they are produced specifically to requests.
Okay. So somebody's asking, the EDI training was awesome, but I need more clarification on the loan repayment. I think that has been explained. The loan repayment, you have, first of all, like a 6 months, well, it says a 1 year moratorium, but 6 months in which you don't pay anything. And that's 6 months in which your payments can be haphazard. And then after 1 year, you're expected to be making your consistent payments. So you have like almost a year free of, you're settling down. But as soon as you settle in, you need to begin to make those payments. And you have 4 years to pay. It's single digit 9%. And it says there's a possibility it can drop to 5%, but the communication today is 9%. I think we've answered that correctly. Somebody's asking, is saying the national ID cards, are they a new set of ID cards? Or, what are they? I think it's national identity numbers.
Yes, so good question. A lot of people talk about the card. The card is a physical card that looks like an ATM card. Now that one is not being issued because it's very expensive. The type that Nigeria adopted is very expensive. So what has been done is to focus on the number. The way it's just like the way BVN was done. All you need is just your BVN number. So as of today, all you need really is just your national ID number, which is what you issue. Now, but because people like to hold something, that's why that paper slip is now printed for them. But once it's printed, all you really need to extract from that paper is your national ID number. And of course, a lot of us, there's a short code that you can use, star 346, if I can remember, hash or something like that, that you can use to get your national ID number.
Okay, so there's a question here that says, please, if you want your questions to be answered, put them on the question and answer segment, not on the comments. The comments I will come to later, but we don't have all day as well, so we want to quickly get through to this. So Ari is asking, thanks for the training over the last few days. It was mentioned that an equity contribution is required to access the loan. Is it possible that the agreement between Five Solutions and the aggregator partner can be terminated midstream, or for the CBN NIMC to also terminate the fixed payment for registrations?
That's a very good question. So equity contribution is not required in this particular application.
Okay.
Equity contribution is usually required when you are requesting for more than 10 million.
Okay.
You can ask for 500 million. People are getting it. But if you're asking for 500 million, then
I still need to get my OSA.
So if you're asking for like a 500 million, then you have to contribute 30% equity.
Okay.
But if you are within the 10 million, there is no equity contribution requirement. Usually, what is required is this kind of structured arrangement. So the way structured arrangement works is like what happened to the rice farmer scheme. If you're a rice farmer, what you need is to get a rice mill that will take up your your farm, whatever you're going to plant, at an agreed price and whatever. Now they're giving you the loan on the basis that once your rice is ripe and you cultivate, that rice mill will pay. So it is that rice mill payment that they're using to confidently give you the loan. So except something goes terribly wrong with your farm, no repayment is structured. So we have discovered that structured arrangements is what CBN is comfortable with. And that's what we've done in this case. We've put a structure that everybody is comfortable with. Everybody is comfortable with it.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody is asking, and I think it's a question that lines up with this. He said somebody that the trainer mentioned 10 million this afternoon. That's what's the difference between this one and that 10 million.
No. So this scheme is called AGMIS, right?
Yeah.
Now it is an SME loan. Now up to 10 million does not require collateral.
Okay.
That's where the 10 million is coming from. It's up to 10 million. We could have got to ask for 8 million if we could justify it. What we could justify comfortably was 4 million to be repaid over 5 years.
Okay.
If we had asked for 6 million, as long as you can say, look, this is how the payment is going to be made, So if they are not confident that payments can be made, they won't approve it.
Very clear.
So 4 million is a guide. It's not like you must take 10 million.
I get. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Someone is asking here, how many desktop workstations, how many mobile stations and desktop stations are going to be given to each enrollment partner? I think it's one, yeah?
Yes, 2 sets of equipment.
Okay, clear enough. Someone is saying, is it from the 65% that CBN will be removing our loan?
Yes.
I think that's very clear as well. Yes. Someone is asking, how do we get the certificate? How do they know that they are getting the certificate? How do they get the certificate?
Yes, so we are working with the EDI, the entrepreneur, the trainers. They are going to be part of submitting this application. They are part of the process. Because it's best to be guided. The only thing that has been done is to at least let us be aware of what the process is going to be. So what will happen is that, remember that we're going to submit a business plan. We are going to submit that on behalf of everybody. Now, when that submission is done, the EDI will now log in at the back end and enter each person's training certificate number. They will enter it at the back end.
So that means you will be getting this. How are we getting certificates? You get it for us, or how is that going to happen?
Yes, of course. We are going to send the certificates to you, the aggregators, and then you share it with your people.
Okay.
But for now, what we are going to focus on is just to get your certificate number, okay, so that your application is not delayed. Okay. If we start distributing paper now, we will probably need to take another 3 days. Meanwhile, by close of work tomorrow, everybody can have a number ready, and we can start submitting immediately.
Okay, excellent.
But the certificate will definitely be sent out to everybody.
Okay, very good. Someone is asking a question. Can someone who has applied for initial loan on another package apply for this project loan? I think the answer is no.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay, tell me.
Not necessarily. So the COVID loan, for example, is a cash flow discounting facility. And the way they've done it is to say, look, over the past 1 year, your monthly turnover is, let's say, 1 million. So you were able to turn over 12 million last year. And then the year before. So you have been doing some sort of business, whatever it is, that has been bringing you that 1 million regularly. Because of COVID, now you need to restabilize. And then what they do is to take 40% off your, or let me put it properly, the original structure was to take 40% of your cash flow over the past, the average of the past 1 to 2 years, and then now take 40% of that. That was the plan. But, people like Cleo were having 100 million in last year. So you are qualified to 40 million naira COVID loan. And so that became a problem. And what they now decided to do, so that the thing can go around, is to cut it to 2.5 million maximum, no matter how big your cash flow is. Now, that is not a project loan. That is a COVID loan.
Okay.
All right. And the money is going around. I can confirm that to you.
I've seen people who have said they've gotten a lot.
That does not mean I've gotten my own.
Really?
I've gotten my own, and almost everybody around me has gotten theirs.
Okay, so
almost everybody.
We'll talk about that later.
But that has nothing to do with AGMIS.
I get.
Because that COVID is based on your existing business. AGMIS is based on the assumption that you are going into something new. That's why there is a requirement for entrepreneurial training, or you are expanding your existing business. However, if you have applied for another type of AGMIS in the past and you were given AGMIS, you will not be able to reapply for this one.
Okay. That's clear.
That's the difference.
That's clear. Okay. So there's a question also here, Bodin, that says, how will the loan be deducted? My understanding is now. So I think it's a mixture of questions. They are saying the first registration is free. How do we earn the $1? Who pays it? I think what is happening here is it is done for the people for free, but you are paid at the back end of your agency account, and that's where the deductions are also made as well. Is this correct?
Absolutely. That's it.
Okay, so for everybody that you do for, even though you are meant to do for them for free, there is a government agency that is paying $1 per head that it will be remitted to the licensed partner, and it will be shared along the lines for the person who made it happen. And it is from that 65% that is yours that the deductions will happen automatically. Yes?
Yes.
So there will be a fee that is being taken from it automatically. Now, Mr. Baker mentioned that there are other income generating centers. I actually have that page before me. So you can make money from somebody comes and says, I don't want to sleep alone. I want you to laminate it. You can charge for that. Somebody says, why don't you come and do it for us in our school? You are giving them comfort. You are coming to their place. You can charge for your executive service as a top up on your normal fee. That's 100% yours. Someone can say, there are a number of things. I want to change my name. I want to change this. There's a fee you earn from those things as well, not just the national identity number. So all of those are monies that you pocket. The one that your loan is being paid from is the national identity number specifically. Am I
correct? Yes. And I'm emphasizing, you see, those so-called extra services can easily be way more than the base one that is free to the public.
Yeah, I can see that. And I see that, rather than do this like I am registering people on my street, one can actually have a business outlook to this and ask, where can I get significant advantage? So the person, for example, who has closed all passport offices around Nigeria, for example, has opened themselves up to the possibility of doing for 1 million people.
Yeah, of course. And they don't need to go, they're just sitting pretty.
Anybody
but I'll tell you what we've discovered.
Yeah.
You will notice in that sheet, change of dates is 15,000 naira.
Yes, change of date of birth.
Change of date of birth is 15,000 naira.
Yeah.
You will be shocked at how common and how frequent it happens.
I can imagine.
A lot of people before now are careless. They pick dates at random. And then they will now realize that times have changed. They have to now go and, they have to go and change their age. And they have to, so very easily you can be doing like 10 of such things a day. Very easily. And that's 150,000 naira.
How is this 50,000 naira? How is this shared?
So it's about 8,000 to the agents and then the rest to government.
Wow. Okay. So I just wanted to share the screen so that people can see the other things that people charge for. Sleep reissue, request for certification, correction of date of birth, modification of field of other than date of birth, issuance of PIN for already issued card issuance activation, and then there is executive premium services, enrollment data capture, enrollment verification, enrollment system activation license, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
These are extra services that, nobody's going to share with you. It comes straight to you and, you can enjoy it.
Okay. Someone is asking, what if you want more than one mobile biometric device to be able to cover more places in your locality?
Well, I'm sorry. You shake pockets and
buy it.
You have 1.1 million. You can use the 1.1 million to buy an extra machine.
Yeah. Okay, good. Someone is asking as well that, please, can we register people in any part of the country, or are we only expected to attend to people strictly in our local government area?
Strictly in your approved region. Strictly.
This person,
in matter of fact, there is something called a GPS dongle that is attached. Yes. Okay, I don't have one here. It's a small dongle. It's attached to your device, and the moment you leave your area of approval, that machine will stop working.
So this person that has gotten a passport,
so you can't go outside your.
He has to be in the
coverage area. Unless you have more than one machine. One registered for one area, another one registered for another area.
Okay. So someone is asking, are we to collect money to print out national ID card? No, don't collect money to print out NIN for anybody. It's free, but you'll be paid for it. Someone is asking about, what about disabled people that don't have fingers?
Very, very important. I'd like to talk about that.
Okay.
Can I quickly talk about that other question? Somebody asked, is it possible to terminate this contract? Yes.
Okay.
NIMSI will not hesitate to shut you down if you are found to be exploiting people. And the tendency to exploit is very tempting.
Okay.
It's very, very tempting. It's very easy. We also what happened with JAM. So, but they will not hesitate, they will shut you down. Whether you have loan from whoever is not their business. So if you don't stay compliant, it can be an issue. So please let us keep that in mind.
Okay.
There is something called bandaged finger. So a bandaged finger recognizes that there are people that have one hand, have hands that have no fingerprints and all of that. And so there's a process for that. It's called bandaged finger.
Okay.
Don't forget that part of the biometrics that is actually taken is your iris. That's why the resolution of the camera is so high. So iris biometrics is actually part of what is possible in the national ID. And of course, facial biometrics as well.
Okay. So, okay, great. Someone is asking, some locations. Okay, so let me take a few. So there's a way to handle those ones. Yeah, that's what I hear very clearly. How can one apply for the NISRL loan? I think for this particular project, we're going to be doing a group application. There's a business plan that covers all of us. So for everybody who is bandwagoning together with this, who actually makes it through to ensure that they know what they're doing and they're really interested, the applications will be done together, and then we'll all get the loans. Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay, I think we've already answered the question about the presenter that mentioned equity capital on 10 million naira. I think that's already clear. Some people have started receiving calls to assess their premises. How are you going about qualifying agents? I think the people that are receiving calls are the people that don't need any loans. So the people that made up the option to say they don't need loans are the ones who are being called currently. As someone says, can we start making arrangements, for example, for group registration even while waiting to be qualified? What advantage does a person using their money have over those taking loan? How fair, transparent is the qualifying process, allocation of operating area for agents?
Okay. Of course, if you use your money to buy equipment, of course, you don't need to repay anything to anybody. So that's purely an individual decision. In actual fact, before now, we were simply dealing with people who had the finances to set up centers. If you simply don't have the finance, what business are we doing with you?
Okay. So the people are being called and have the finance.
We saw the opportunity with the NESA loan. Before now, yes. Before now, we work strictly with. We'll be setting up centers. But before now, if you don't have your money, what are we going to do? We can't dash your equipment now.
Yeah.
So we give you the list of equipment, you pay, we supply you, we set you up, and you continue your business. And that's it. But the loan is to now extend it to people that ordinarily, don't have the kind of money that is required for this business. But if you have your money, by all means, please feel free to do it. I'm not sure I understand the part about group registration. We are doing a group registration to make it easy for all of us, and then so that we can push at once for everybody, and then we can get concessions and things like that we will not have been able to get as individuals. But I'm not so sure I understand the making arrangements. By tomorrow, we will share, the next steps to everybody on how to go about the application process. Fairness, transparency.
I can answer that.
That's the head on there.
Let me answer that a bit. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure we are the ones who. So I think FSL did a proposal that covers for the possibility of 1,000 agents. On the merit of that proposal, which has been approved, they've been asked to find these 1,000 agents who will be operating as your agents in each of the cities, so that this disbursement can go to them to ensure that they're empowered to do this business that we see is structured and we want to participate in. Now, in this particular meeting you are listening to, we are an aggregator, which basically we have said to FSL, we have our own people who, based on the history of business relationship we have with them, we can recommend to be agents for this project. So first of all, the priority for us is the people we have history with, that we're doing business with. We wanted to say, okay, can we get them connected to this opportunity as something that already is also in line of business and helps them to do more business in these times. So we've opened that gate to accommodate our people and to accommodate a little bit more than our people. And I've said to everybody, this is what you need to do. Do this, do this, do this. Attend the trainings, be knowledgeable about what it is, because when push comes to shove, there's a question that we will be asked as well. And that question is, are you sure of all this we are bringing? Do they understand what this business is about? So today, if I can be real with you, today, for example, we have a lot more people applying from us than many of the other channels. What that means is, and because it's not as if we have been doing this business before, it looks like, hey, did you just go and pack people at the bus stop and say to them, come and join this thing? Or are they people that you really know? So from our own side, we need to be able to make a representation to them and say, you know what? We know these people are informed about this business, and that's why we're organizing this training and this Q&A session as well, so that by the time they begin to make checks to find out if we know what we're doing, then we can have a lot more people who they can say, okay, they are into it, they went for the training, they understand what they're doing, they can see the business opportunity, and they want to go. So it's going to be as fair and transparent as that. But guess what? If you have done the EDI and you have your certificate, I don't think everybody will qualify, and that's the truth. And if everybody doesn't qualify, whoever doesn't qualify, you ask yourself, in one of the things we train ourselves in the network, some will, some won't, so what? Who's next? I hope it's clear.
Yes. So it's a process which all of us must go through. We're all Nigerians, so there is that tendency that but if you meet all the requirements, I can assure you, you will get qualified.
Okay.
I can assure you. But I understand the issue about transparency. Look, this is the truth. This meeting we are having, we are trying to shortcut the normal AGNIS loan process. You can't completely say it's transparent. We are shortcutting. We're doing, some negotiation and all of that. So when you mention transparency, you may look at it when it benefits you, there's no big deal. When it doesn't benefit you, there's a problem. So the reality of Nigeria remains that everywhere any one of us can do, to push, so for example, we specifically worked with the EDI that we're working with, because they have a 95% success rate. They were recommended to us. And the only reason why they have 95% success rate is because they take time to guide their students on the application process. They don't just leave the student and say, yeah, go and apply. Which is why we're going to work with them closely to help so that there are no mistakes in the submission. It improves your chances of success. Now, whether you think that is transparent or not, it now depends on who is looking at it.
Okay, very good. Someone is asking that if this is a 3 years project, how come the repayment tenure is 5 years, knowing fully well that with time the number of enrolled will be reducing?
That's a good question. Now, remember that what we are setting up for us is a financial inclusion center. What we have said is that the National ID project is the foundation. Is the foundation to building mass access to finance. That's why Nigerians go to US and go and marry Oyinbo. They just need a social security number. That's all. Nothing else. Because once they have a social security number, they can go into a car lot and be eyeing one brand new car with their left eye when they don't have the money in their pocket. Because they know that all they need to do is say, this is my social security number. Oh yeah, I'm applying for credit. And it will be done on the spot because the law backs them up. That is what we are anticipating is about to happen in Nigeria. I have been personally involved in this project for the past 15 years. But it is not because of national ID. It is because of financial inclusion. But without the national ID, you can't go into financial inclusion. You can't go to mass access to finance. We should not be talking about 1,000 people gaining access to 4 million naira. We should be talking about 20 million Nigerians gaining access to 50 million each. And it's not magical. So this first 3 years is going to lay the foundation. After that, we will now get into real financial services. Now remember that 15 years ago, there were no ATMs in this country. There were no ATMs in this country. Yep. Today, we can hardly imagine life when there were no ATMs. That is what is about to happen. There is going to be a fundamental change in the financial service structure of Nigeria. We're already seeing the signs, but we're still at the surface of it. So whether we tap into it now is up to us, of course. So it's not something that will last for 3 years and it will shut down. It is actually the foundation for something that is going to change the lives of a lot of Nigerians and, of course, bring some good money into a lot of people's pockets. If they tap into it.
Okay, so I want to pack a few questions together. There's so much. So if you can go boom, 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 boom. Someone is asking, since you're, I don't know if this is, it says the account opening with NIRSAL, should we that are with FSL and TGM commence with it? Should they open an account with
FSL? Give us tomorrow. We will send detailed information on next steps.
Okay. Is the equipment with guarantee and technical support?
Yes, we have a very solid technical support team. The reason why I'm coordinating this project is because I've coordinated similar projects to the glory of God successfully in the past. Okay. Exactly what I'm doing now is exactly what I did 10 years ago for the SIM registration project. It was purely on paper. Today, we take it for granted that anybody can, go and get and register for a SIM. It sounded like an impossibility 10 years ago. I coordinated that project from scratch. So it is all that experience. The BVM project, I coordinated it. So it's all that experience that, of course, is being born to bear. So you have a team of very experienced people who will give you the best support that you can get anywhere.
Okay. Somebody's asking.
This is the trainer that is on the line. If you don't mind, I'll just elevate it. I'm actually on an online session. Okay, all right then. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the equipment, are people going to be trained on it?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Someone's asking, will there be funding for the first 6 months? I think yes, there's funding already from the beginning. So there's no need to worry
You
about
get
it.
equipment, you get 1.17 million naira as working capital. It's not as if you're going to start making money after 6 months. The moment you start making money, after the first month, an invoice is submitted, it's processed maximum 2 weeks. That money comes in, and then it becomes a monthly cycle.
So if how will you know, for example, if you wanted to have 2 local governments, one of the local governments already taken, how do you know? How do you relocate? Those kind of things. How does it work? And can I be registered in Ikeja and go and register a school in Abeokuta?
No, it's not possible. So we've said it. Once your equipment is registered for Ikeja, you can only operate within Ikeja. The moment you move outside Ikeja, your machine will not work. It's as simple as that. That's the way the system has been set up. It's to avoid confusion and for some amount of protection, more or less. Now, to cover Nigeria effectively, we actually need 4,000 people. All right. So we're not saying that it is only one person that will operate out of a local government. But for our own team, we're going to be having one person. If you are not the one qualified for that local government, you will have an opportunity to work with the person that is qualified for that local government. It's a lot of work, I can assure you.
Okay. So if a particular location is oversubscribed, how will we know?
No, the system shows. It shows once you are activating, you can see who is being activated. So you will know who is where and all of that.
I mean, how will people know so that they can apply for the places that will work for them?
Well, that's a process.
Okay.
It's until you have become qualified that you can now be told that, look, this area where you are being processed is already, we can't presume until you get to that point.
Okay. Someone is asking if national ID card is part of this project.
National ID number for now, yes. There is going to be a new national ID card, but I'm not, I don't have authority to speak about it. But for now, this is about national ID number.
Okay, someone is asking that if they cannot do more than 20 registrations per day.
More than how many?
20. Is there a certain number they must do so they can pay the loan back fast?
No, there must be a problem. So, is there any one of us that has seen any national ID center, any NIMSI center that doesn't have crowd at any time?
Maybe they are.
Is there any one of us that has seen? So, from our experience, the average center does 80 a day.
Okay.
And that is a minimum with one machine.
Okay.
Efficient centers are closer to 120 a day. Okay. But you must be a little efficient with that. And, we can teach people. In actual fact, I can confirm to you that one of our team members was the best enrollee for Kaduna State project. We brought her in specially. So how come we are the one that they keep paying the highest amount of money every month on this project? Come and show us the trick. She works with me directly today.
Okay.
So all those efficiency we will trade in. If you are very hardworking, you will average 150, 200 a day.
Wow. Okay. Somebody is saying that they missed the EDI training. Is it possible to? How do they do another one?
Well, EDI training by requirement is 5 days.
Yeah.
For those that missed it, we don't know what can be done, but there's a danger. Don't forget that everybody must do their job. Just the same reason why we're not allowed to interfere. In actual fact, the EDI was magnanimous enough to allow us to talk during their training. It's their training. We're not supposed to interfere.
Yeah.
But they allowed us to. Now, the same way when you finish the application, the people that will call you to do interview don't even know us. And it is their report that will determine your approval.
Okay. Are they going to call us? Are they going to call all of us?
One by one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
To do what? To ask us about the business?
Yes. There's a very you know they were in Nigeria.
So that means we need to have the business plan so that at least we can run it through with our people again.
Yes. So there's a business plan that will be submitted.
Okay.
This is just the EDI training. We're going to have the enrollment training.
Okay.
But it's just that it is premature for now for us to go into that. But once we finish submitting the application, we're going to run another training that goes into specifics about, identity management and all of that. That's likely to happen sometime next week.
Okay. Okay, very good. Somebody is saying, I already did training with Smedan and was given a certificate. Do I need a certificate to participate?
Is it an EDI certificate?
So, I don't know.
If it is an EDI certificate, that's all you need.
Okay, great. Someone is asking, can they get the slides for the training? I think it's not our business.
Well, EDI has refused to release it.
Okay.
They said that CBN requires physical training and that they don't want to be accused by CBN of just sending materials to students instead of training them. So they are being careful.
Okay. Okay. Someone is asking as well, what is the assistance being done for people who don't have their business name registered yet? Just their names.
Yes, so that's one of the areas we're looking at closely. We've secured some sort of waiver on this issue of business name or registered business. But I think the best thing to work with is what the EDI advised us today.
Okay.
Even if you don't have a registered business, go on the CAC website. And maybe that's what some of us can start doing right away, even though we will send the instructions out tomorrow. And just, look for a name, do a name availability. It's just 500 naira online. So once you get your availability, you can use that name to apply. You don't need to register yet.
Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So there are so many questions. I think we need to find a way to quickly end this. The questions are not reducing.
Questions are not ending.
Questions are not reducing, though. As the questions are being answered, new questions are popping up. But I'm sure some of the questions that have been answered before, I'm finding a way to erase them so that at least, you can answer questions only that are fresh. So I think we've answered the question on registered company name. So what would be the use of the 1.2 million naira that they will get?
It's your working capital. You're not going to get paid the day you start. Some of us don't have locations. You might need to go and get somewhere to operate from, or you need to upgrade your location, to meet the basic requirements. And then most, of course, one person cannot do the job. So typically a center will have at least 2 people, sometimes more. Especially if you now have 2 sets of equipment. You might have 2 people that is going to field, 2 people that are on site. And then, of course, you, the owner of the business. So we're probably talking about a team of 5. You need to pay salaries first month, second month, before your payments start coming in. So those are the kind of things that the working capital is expected to be used for. Please don't go and use it to marry new wife. Apologies to our women.
I'll come and use it to do stockists.
I'll go and use it for Ashobi. Apologies to our men.
Come and use it for stockists. So somebody's asking about, he said, I attended EDI training for 1 week in 2018. I have a certificate, but things didn't work out as planned before National MFB started handling it. Though I got an SMS from EDI early this year to pay 20K for business plan and also upload details online, I didn't go ahead as I wasn't sure it would be successful considering what happened earlier. What will happen to me?
So it's your decision. You may decide you want to continue your original application, or you may decide that you want to use your certificate for this particular application. It's your decision. But that certificate is valid for both.
So there's a few questions I think I can also address here. Somebody's asking, how do we get a certificate number? I think through your aggregator, TGM will supply for the people that are here. So we'll get it from EDI, and then we'll distribute and make sure it's available to everybody else as well. Someone's asking, do I need a business plan since I'm going to be as an agent? You don't need a business plan. We're going to do a group application with the same business plan, so that is not required. Someone is asking, is a generator amongst the equipment to be purchased by Fire Solutions?
No.
Okay. So they need to get generator themselves.
Specifically, if you read the agreement is there, that you will be responsible for power. We think it's going to be too complicated for us to start sending generators to people.
Let them
sort out their power issues.
Someone is asking, how will he know that he has qualified?
It's a process. After we start the application, you'll be able to log in by yourself and track your progress by yourself.
Okay. It says, what about some of us that have laptop and desktop?
Well, specifically for the loan, we cannot assume that you have anything, and we cannot assume that what you have meets the minimum requirements because it's a loan. So if you have some equipment already, then you might be considering, just financing what is left by yourself. And some people are taking that option.
Yeah. So some people are asking that how do they participate if they don't need any loan? I think for those people, get in touch with your administrator in Green Community. We'll send you a partnership agreement and an email to send it to, so that they can begin to process your non-loan requests as well. Okay. Someone says, please, the 9% interest. Are we paying 9% interest of the money every year? Or are we paying 9% once over the years given? You should know how loans work. 9% per annum is 9% per annum. It's not 9% in 5 years.
But let me explain that a little bit. There's a reason why it is now at 9%. There is no interest on the 1 year moratorium.
Oh, okay.
So even though it is a 5-year loan, the interest is only on the 4 years of payment. So it is actually frozen, and then interest starts reading when the moratorium is taken out. So it averages back to that 5% somehow, or closer to it.
Okay, someone is asking, since you are going to have a lot of enrollees, how do you use your advantage of numbers to negotiate for good discounts for hardware?
No, we're already doing that. You see that 442 scanner that you see in banks.
Yeah.
They are bought for 850,000 naira each. That's black thing that you see inside the banking halls. Is exactly what we're going to get. And we are getting it at about 500,000. In actual fact, the only reason why it came up is because exchange rate went up recently. Otherwise, it was 450 before COVID. It's the cheapest you can get anywhere. Go and do your research.
Okay. Someone is asking, can a couple separately use the same business name for 2 different locations?
No. They will have to register
another company.
Let's say they are Mr. and Mrs. Atonda, and their company name is Atonda Enterprises. So they will say Atonda Enterprises he, and then they will now go back to CAC and say Atonda Enterprises her, or Atonda Enterprises she. Some things will differentiate one from the other, but 2 separate businesses.
Someone says, I understand I'll have an interview. Is it going to be remote? Is it going to be a virtual interview, or will I have to attend in person?
Initially, it will be by phone. At some point before disbursement, there will be physical verification of your setup.
Are they close? Okay, great. When is the next stream of training so as to qualify to apply for Financial Inclusion Center?
We don't know. This particular process is what we're concentrating on. We don't know what the future ones are going to take place.
Okay. Okay, so I think, somebody's asking for the breakdown of the financial sense. For example, the 4 million naira loan is taking an X amount of the for equipment, X amount for administrative, also Y paid, 998, blah, blah, blah. We'll try and give you something. I think we'll get the business plan. So this business plan is something we'll share with everybody as well, so that we have an idea of, how this was done. Somebody's asking, is it possible to still change one's approved location?
Sorry, say that again.
Is it possible to still change your approved location?
Your approved location?
Yeah.
No, there's no location that has been approved yet. You have applied for a location.
Yes,
but it's not been approved yet.
If it's not approved, can it be changed?
Yes, if you've applied, it's an application. You withdraw your first one and submit a new one.
Okay.
That's all.
Sir, do you have a restricted number of attendants in an area so that competition will not be too high in a place? You said the GPS is restricted.
Yes. As we've shared some distribution formula with you, as you know.
Okay. So I think it's a good place to end this conversation. There are so many questions, sir. There are still 70 questions and 63 comments. And I don't know, so it's as if people didn't understand what this was about before. And it's now that the EDI training is complete that people now have a lot of questions. Somebody is saying my initial space is too small. Can I look for another bigger space before the commencement of the registration? I think the answer is yes.
Those are very important components.
Okay.
Very important. You can't operate out of your bedroom. You can't operate from out of a BQ. You really have to have a location that is acceptable to operate from. Very important. Those are part of what we expect the 1.1 million will be used for. For most places in Nigeria, usually you with say 600, 700,000, you will get something fairly decent. For even a lot of other places, you'll be talking about spending 300,000 to get a whole house,
yeah.
More or less.
Someone's asking, if I have an approved location in the local government in Lagos with all requirements met, and I intend to have a mobile device set up in another state, is there a need for a physical office?
No, you can't do that. Your fixed equipment and your mobile equipment is for your location of approval. You can't use one in Lagos and take the other one to Benin. It won't work.
Okay, so it looks like there are many questions that people have that is still unanswered. People are asking, can they start setting up their office in their locations? Should they go ahead and start, or should they wait?
No, we don't know exactly what setting up means.
Setting up means...
We don't know what setting up means.
Making sure the office...
I think we sent out some base requirements from the beginning, which is, is a space issue, a 15-meter square place, public toilet, major road. Somebody applied, and he has a very good location where he's on the second floor.
Yeah,
he's one of your members. Might be online right now.
He mentioned it to me.
Yes, there's nothing a beautiful location, but there's nothing you can't do national ID on the second floor. They will not allow it. So it's too dangerous. If two people fight now, somebody falls down, they won't say it is your center. They will say national ID kills two people, and the story takes a different turn.
What if you can put a tent downstairs?
Those are now the options. Those are the options.
Or find a smaller office downstairs that can now extend for people to go upstairs if they want to sit.
So those are what we call the setup process. So some of us said that we've been calling them, we've been asking them to send us pictures, because when we want to set you up, we must be clear in our mind that your location meets the requirements. Now, having said that, that is not necessarily having to do with the loan. Remember that the purpose of the loan is for you to set up and meet requirements to be a national ID center.
Okay.
Those are really two. So if you already have your money, then we start that process with you immediately. If you don't have your money, we have to get the money first, then we can now start working with you to see how we can set up.
Okay. Okay. I think that's good. Let me not take you any further, because if we continue at this rate, it's like we will not finish. The questions are not reducing. As we are answering them, the questions are increasing. We now have 70, and we had 70 before. We had first at 10. We still have 70. So so if you have your money, you'll be set up quicker, meaning you have early bird advantage. Does that still hold? I think so. I think if you have your money, you can go ahead. Yeah.
As we speak, people that have their money, we're setting them up.
Yeah. So that's happening already. They're not waiting for any loan. They're not waiting for approval or no approval. They're waiting for, is the location good enough? That's what they're waiting
Once
for.
your location is good enough, by tomorrow somebody brings equipment and then they start your setup. No long story.
Okay, they say there are some states where you cannot differentiate local government boundaries. So what about people who cross from one local government to another to access a center, specifically in cities?
We're not using AI to do local government. We're using technology.
And so if somebody decides to travel from Abeokuta to come and do his own registration in Lagos, it's in my local government.
No. It is you can go to any center in Nigeria to apply for your national ID.
Okay.
We're not talking about you as the enrollee. You cannot carry, you're going to be given a machine. So you cannot carry your machine from Lagos or from Abeokuta and bring it to Lagos.
I get you.
That's what we're saying. To come and enroll people, it will not work.
People are asking the certificate for EDI, will it be in business name or personal names?
It's going to be in the name of the proprietor or the owner of the applying business.
Okay. Those who are not able to attend, on Monday, who miss one day, who, what's going to be the
I'd like it to have some sort of crash course.
There'll be a crash.
Yeah, you saw the trainer trying to call me.
Yeah.
It's probably the kind of things we're going to discuss once we finish this session.
Okay.
To figure out how to sort those things out.
Okay. So all of us that registered every day and came every day were qualified.
We are covered.
Okay. Abroad. What happens with those who want to do this from abroad?
No, we have approval for anywhere in Nigeria.
Okay.
Presently we have centers in US, in Canada, Turkey, all over the place. So the arrangement for the diaspora is different. That one is not free, at least for now.
Okay.
So what you're allowed to do is to charge $50 for issuing the national ID number. And then for those who already have BVN, it has now been reduced to $30. And then what some people do is, they do mass registration. They go to like campuses outside Nigeria and then, charge the students $20 or whatever. But it's more commercial focused than free service. But there are some people that are doing some good business in areas where there are lots of Nigerians. So yes, you can do that. That way you cannot apply for a loan for that. You must have your money for that. But it's the same thing. You must have a location, you must have equipment, and then you'll be processed, and then you'll be set up.
Yeah. There are people asking, after repayment, will the equipment become theirs? Yes, of course.
Of course.
Equipment is yours. It's yours. You understand? That's why you're paying for the loan for it. It's yours. Somebody's asking, is it for?
You see, what if you look at that list of services, you will notice that after the first set of services are called enrollment services. Then there is now another set of services called verification services, which means that by that time, when somebody says, this is my national ID number, you have to verify it. And of course, in some cases where it is a legal issue, you have to go and get a certificate that this is my certificate, and it's 30,000 naira. That is now the second phase of the business.
So people are asking as well. So I think 2 minutes to go, and then we'll close this. People are asking, can they change the business name that they use for registration? Is it still possible?
Yes, they can.
Okay. And they're asking, can they only register Nigerians of Nigerian birth? Or can they register foreigners who have been in Nigeria for a long time? Hello, sir. Okay, since I've lost voice from you now, or I have lost voice. Hello? I can't hear you anymore. Okay. If you can still hear me in the building, if I'm still audible to you, just say yeah in the comment section. Let me know that you are still hearing me. That is Mr. Biggest said that we cannot hear. Okay, great. So Mr. Biggest said that we cannot hear, but I think it's been very helpful tonight. He's answered most of our questions. Our questions I've refused to reduce. I would, if I can get him, I'll promote him again to become a panelist so that he can share with us. I have a little news, to end it up with today. So for all of those who are around, if we're not able to get him to speak with us anymore, no problem. We will just close today's meeting. I told you that I was going to give you a referral code today. Because of some of these things with EDI and all these things, I'm not able to give you what I want to give you as quickly as I wanted to give you, but I'm going to copy the text. I'm going to copy it as a text into the chat box. So please, let's minimize the yes, so that we can take the referral code. This is the referral code. There's one more thing that I need to do after you get the referral code. So you get the referral code, play with the system, look at the system, see what is possible with the system. And then after then, I will come back and show you what else. I'll do another meeting where this will be made clear and explained. Let me give you the referral code somewhere in the chat box here. So this is the referral code. And I will show you an example of what I am doing with mine. And I'll tell you how this is going to work in the days to come. So just pay attention. It will become very clear in the days to come. I'll organize a meeting where we will do this. Those of us who invited others, yes, for those people who invited others to come in here today, what I want to say to you very quickly is this is about the Grain community. It's about being distributors with Grain Monday. If you are not a distributor, please ask the person who invited you how you can become a distributor. This is a beautiful opportunity. We are creating opportunities for inspiration, connection, and empowerment for our people. The whole idea behind this is to ensure that people can have something to do that is worthwhile, that is engaging, and that is profitable for them at this time. We're doing all we can to ensure that we can, be a blessing to as many as we can. We appreciate that you came, but please find out about the business. I shared a bit about it yesterday. There's a link. I rushed out of that meeting because I had another meeting that was after it. We will do many other meetings and opportunity meetings are something that become a regular feature of what we're going to be doing as well. There's a training on Saturday. There's a Institute of Network Marketers training tomorrow. We'll try and create time on Friday to share a full picture about the Grain Mondays opportunity. A few people have joined between yesterday and today that were interested. Please, if we need to screen down, our priorities will first of all be stockers, then distributors, then people who understand what they are doing and are committed to doing it well. There will be a form. I'm going to share with you a quiz that everybody will fill. We're going to use a cutoff mark on that quiz to identify the people who will go ahead from our own side as the people who are sending extra reinforcement behind to say, okay, look, if you need to call people and you don't want to have a poor pool, these are the people that we can vouch for. I'll tell you, one of the things that happened was I was called. Okay, he's back in the house. One of the things that happened was that I was called and I was told that, you know, a number of our people are not looking like they're quality people because they're calling them and the answers they're giving is showing that they don't know much about the business, that they don't know what it's about. You know, so I said to them, you know what, it's important that we are enlightened so that when they talk to us and interview us, we can answer intelligently, we know what it's about, we know what we're doing, and we're not just people who saw an opportunity and tried to cash in on it. We don't even, some people, they've called some people and they said, are you part of the green community? And you answer and say, I don't know, I'm not part of the green community. Somebody who is a part of the green community told me about it, you know, and it's basically showing that some of the people that we have on that space are not even really from us. So we're going to send, we're going to do a quiz. I'm going to send a quiz link to the community groups. Everybody will be required to answer the questions. Based on those questions, I will send the list of the people who participated in that and understand the business forward as the people, okay, these are our stockists, these are our distributors, and these are the other people that we're endorsing because we know that we can do this, this business. If you go to the App Store, for the one I asked you to download, there's BitNob app and there's BitNob wallet. The one you want to download is the BitNob app. You want to download the BitNob app, your referral code I've shared with you. Now, this referral code is the only one you can use. The one that you have cannot be used because you find the referral code as well. This is the one you can use. This will be made available and we will only activate the codes of people who meet a particular criteria, and a day will come where I come and describe extensively what this is about. I'm going to take a few more thoughts from Mr. Biggest before he goes, and then I will share with you some visuals about what this application is about, what I want you to understand about it, so that we can progress from that. The place where you download from is your App Store if you are using iOS, or your Play Store if you are using Android. So both on Android and on iOS, you will find the application there. It's called BitNob app. There's a wallet. You can download the wallet if you want, but it's not about the wallet. It's about the application. And if you are here today and you brought a guest in, share, go and meet the person that brought you in and find out, how can I be a part of the Green Mondays? How can I become a stockist? We're going to have a lot of meetings on WhatsApp, a variety of places. We will still do another Zoom meeting. Ask them to add you to the Telegram group. It is t.me/the Green Community, so that you can be in all those places and you can get information when we are sharing it. If you don't get anything, just ask in the groups. It will be made clear. Mr. Biggest, is there? I saw that you left us for a while. Any thoughts as we close so that we don't make this into another EDI training?
So I got a call from the trainer.
Okay.
And when I disconnected now, I saw a message and she said, it seems most of your people don't understand what you're doing. Please put them through. So she had made her number available today, and apparently a lot of people were calling her to ask questions, and she thought a lot of the questions were confusing. So it's important that we take time to understand what we're trying to do. We cannot have too many of these sessions. I'm available. I don't have any other job that I do. If we need to have sessions every night for the next 1 week or every day, whatever it is,
I will take you up on that one.
No, but that's what it is. We must succeed. And success means that all of us that are going to be seriously part of this are fully informed and well informed about what they're doing. And we don't pass half information or work with half knowledge and all of that. So that's very important. And, so we're very available. It does not have to be only, there will be some structured training that will also take place.
Yeah.
It's just that we have not gotten to that stage yet.
I understand.
But the level of confusion right now
is high
by a lot of people who have applied is not encouraging. That's just the reality.
Okay. If we need to get you again, because if we still have 72 questions.
We can schedule something, and run it as frequently as we need to ensure that we're all fully equipped to get it. This is serious business. This is very serious business. We may not fully understand it yet, but this is serious business, I can assure you.
Okay, so what we can do, sir, is we'll organize another one for Thursday.
No problem. More than happy.
Okay, and then maybe Friday as well. I'll organize the time and I'll revert to you. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. I
wish everybody all the best.
Okay. Please help us appreciate Mr. Vigestedt. It's been very helpful. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay. So it's stepped out. Like I was sharing, if you are here and you're not in Green Mondays, I encourage you find out what it's about. The opportunity is a real opportunity, is a big opportunity. I mean, the Green Monday opportunity. We're spending a lot of time talking about financial inclusion. It's just an extra for us. For many of you who are here, it may be the mainstay for you. For us, it's a little extra. We have something we're doing that cuts across Nigeria, cuts across Africa, and cuts across the world. It's something that you can make phenomenal extra income from as a plan B. Please grab the person who invited you and say, I want to know more. How can I be in Green Mondays? How can I be a stockist? Thank you. It's a pleasure to organize this. I just basically saw that there was this challenge and this gap. We decided to drag him in for another meeting. We'll drag him in for another one on Thursday, Friday. There are many other trainings that we need to do as well to get our people equipped generally. But we want to do this so that people can be involved. Somebody's asking, how can I be a member of Green Mondays? So we're going to open the Green community. Please buzz the person who invited you into the communities and engage them. Get on board. Get on board this. This is exciting, okay? We have a variety of products that we're driving in the personal hygiene space, in the herbal, natural health space. We're giving people an opportunity to be distributors across the world. You can have the products, you can introduce others and earn phenomenal income over time. We're doing some things with fintech as well. We have an application called Vend2Earn. So you can also go on App Store or iOS and download Vend2Earn. So there's Vend2Earn. This is something we're doing to ensure that people can do the recharges for their phones and for others on their phone as well. And yesterday I asked you to download BitNob app. Please feel free to download the app and download the wallet. But what I'm talking about now, what I'm sharing with you now in this instance is about the app. And I'm going to show you a page or two so you can have an idea what to expect when you're looking at the wallet. So I'll give you an example of my page, what's happening on my page, so that you can have an idea of what this is about. So let me end this meeting with that. So well. Okay. So for example, if you look at this page, this is an example of what my app looks like. What have I done here? What I've done here is, you see my plans. On my plans, you can see school fees, you can see house rent, you can see building plan. How this works is I am able to set up on my app, I'm able to set up my card in such a way that every day, this application takes money from my account, converts it to dollars, and saves it towards school fees. You can save I can have another package called house rent. I can have another package called building plan. And it is making the deductions from my account from as low as $1 per day, $5 per day, $10 per day, or per week, or per month. I can have a scheduled plan, an automated savings plan, and a dollar cost averaging plan to ensure that I'm making reserves in dollars. Now, the beauty of this is if dollar is going up and coming down, and I'm buying every day, I am doing what they call dollar cost averaging. I am purchasing based on the daily averages, and it is helping me to mitigate against the losses that are possible due to volatility. And I can use that. I can use cryptocurrency to do that. So that's where Bitcoin comes in. I can use dollars to do that where regular dollar comes in. And I can use stock market to do that. I can use a variety of things to do that. But the end result is I want to be able to create a plan that allows me to be able to plan for different things in my life, leveraging on this application. I'm going to give you an example, another example of a page of what my page looks like. So what my page looks like is I have school fees plan, house rent plan. I also have what I call a travel plan. So I'll show you what that looks like, for example. I have been testing and looking at this for a while. So it looks exciting from where I stand. Let me see which one I want to share with you. So I think I have this one that has, okay, I still have the one that has the building plan. Let me share with you the one that has another plan as well. So there are different plans that you can have there. So let's see if this is it. Interesting. I'm always going back to the same one. Let me see if I can get something else. Otherwise, okay. So this one, for example, gives you a house plan, building plan, travel plan, you know, and it's showing you how much savings I'm making on a daily basis. So one of them, I'm doing $5 daily, and that one I'm doing $10 daily, and that one I'm doing $5 daily. You can do $1 daily, you can do $1 monthly, you can do $20 monthly, you can do it in any plan you have. Once you set up the plan, you don't need to look at it again. Just tie your card, tie your account, and on a daily basis, it will make the withdrawals, convert it into the currency that you want, and then you're not turned back by the markets. You can manage the volatility, buy high, buy low, stay at a comfortable place. If I look at my page today, my page shows me that even though all my contribution is $500, what I have there today is $507 because I've gained some interest over the days based on ups and downs and ups and downs. What you really need for this, like I said, I will spend time where I will share about this in detail. But what I want you to have today is this referral code so that you can download and begin to interact with the system. Now, there's a lot more. This is just news in brief, like a header. More details will come in the days to come. That's what I wanted to share today. Please, about what I just showed you is the BitNob app, not then to end. There's a lot, so don't worry. When we get back to meet on Friday, that's what I'm going to do. On Friday, we're not going to mix this with EDI, FIC, or anything. On Friday, this is going to be absolutely full focused on Green Monday and the opportunities that are here. If you didn't see my screen, don't worry. I will share it in detail on Friday. We'll keep you in the loop of what's going on. Thank you very much for being in today's meeting.